up, neighbor? How the fuck can you guys be closed today? I needed your shit, neighbor. I was gonna bring up the 462. And look at my cursed life. Look, damn it, Bobby. Look. 1, 2, 3. I don't see the other 2. There's a total of 5. That guy Rod that was here when you was here, damn it, Bobby, and he dropped off that 240. Built his 025. The fucking recoil kept snatching after about 5 or 6 pulls. And coming out of my hand and smacking me in the belly. The handle did. I got fucking welts from it. So I changed the recoil. Same damn thing. So I changed the flywheel. Same damn thing. So I changed the coil. Same damn thing. So I verified my air gap. Same damn thing. So I built a different 025. That 021 I had, I built a different 025. I took the motor on his that I built and swapped it over to the 021 chassis and swapped the handles to MS250 handle and top cover. And then I took a brand new Meteor top end and put it on the 025 I built him. And the recoil is doing the same fucking thing. No matter what I do. Don't know why. And the other one won't even start. So, would your neighbors like to know what I fucking did today? I spent about 6 hours driving. And I bought this bitch. And I also bought this bitch. This one I got for 100. He wanted 150, but because of that shit, I got him to give it to me for 100. This one I got for 50, and the guy says, "Hey, welcome neighbors. Give the video a thumbs up as you come in. Let us know you're here in the chat." Let me fix the chat so it shows all chat. All messages are visible. No, we don't want that live chat, super chat, member and super chats. None, hide all chats, top chat. No, we want it all. Everybody's equal here. Yeah, Blanche. Lots of driving today. About $60 in gas. Jonathan Luna! Hey, neighbor. It's funny you messaged me and asked if I still worked on SAWS because I had been thinking about you. I was like, I haven't heard from Jonathan in a while. I saw your picture of your turkey a few weeks back on Facebook. That bitch was nice. Listen, you guys, I'm in miserable pain. One of the ways I cope with my pain is I act like an idiot. I just be silly. Try and distract the brain from the miserable fucking pain my neck and back are in. Horrible, horrible, horrible fucking pain. Destroying my life. So, yeah, right on, Jonathan. Are you still living at the same spot, bud? Because I know there was discussion of you potentially moving somewhere else. Are you still living in the same house? Listen, neighbors. Let's see if this shit gives me wings. Okay, right on. Okay, yeah, get your snacks, you guys. I don't know how many people are sitting around on a Monday night, Memorial Day. Everybody's probably out seeing fireworks and shit. But I don't do holidays. Plus, I have no friends, except you guys. So, it is what it is. So, today, I'm going to go ahead and tear into this 250. He says the plastic is melted by where he replaced the oil pump behind the clutch. So, I'm guessing this chassis is probably bad. But what I mainly want is the top handle and rear cover off of this, because this 025 actually runs. And so I'm going to do a vac pressure test on it, and if it passes, I might not split the motor. I'm going to look at my crankshaft seals, see what they look like, check compression, look what my cylinder looks like, and if I feel confident that that thing doesn't need seals or new rings, that's going to be rod saw. We're going to put this MS250 stuff on it. Because I can't keep breaking recoils. It's insane. 5 damn recoil spools broken. And I have a stack of them bitches somewhere, and I looked for an hour today, and I cannot find them. So, I'm just going to sit here and smoke my cigarette and catch my breath for a minute. You guys can tell me what the fuck you're up to for Memorial Day in the comments. Okay, neighbors? The Chainsaw Redeemer needs money. We need lots of shit in the shop. And we're poor. We need to get more members to the channel. We need to get more super chats going on. We need to switch merchandise platforms so that you guys can buy merch. Those of you that won t-shirts, when you see this, Greasy Chop Rag, Simon Wykes over in the UK, and I'm sorry, Simon Wiggle and Jamie Wykes, Teespring is doing me goddamn bugs, hella dirty. They're doing me hella dirty. They told me on that $300 and some odd dollar order I got, where half the shit was cut, the print was cut off, and they put gray lettering on a gray sweatshirt, and all kinds of shit was fucked up. And they told me they was going to give me a full store credit. But then they tell me I got to sit there and send them this link and that link and this link and that link and this link and that link and this link and that link. And they're only replacing 3 sweaters. I said, that's not what you said. So I sent them an email. And I told them, well, I'm going to make sure everybody on YouTube knows that your platform is garbage, your customer service is garbage, and you're liars. I sent the person a copy of the email where they said they'd give me a full store credit. And they lied to me. They did me dirty. So, you guys will get your t-shirts. I promise. You know I'm a man of my word. You just know sometimes shit takes forever with me. But y'all will get it. No fret. It's just going to be a while. It's kind of like chainsaws that get one. It takes me fucking forever, it seems, to get them to you guys. Nothing I can do. I'm trying my best, neighbors. Shit. Stop yelling at me. Damn it. I'm going to go cry for a minute. Since you guys are yelling at me. Telling me I'm doing a bad job. Okay, I'm back now. Gotta get my wings. Yeah, that had new rope in it, didn't it, Jonathan? Didn't we put brand new rope in it? I thought I put Sten's rope in that bitch. Well, either way, I've got Sten's number 4 and Oregon number 4 hanging here for you. That'll be a simple job, neighbor. And I'm going to cut you a deal since you're a regular customer. I'm not going to charge you the shop minimum. You're bringing 2 saws, so I'm going to make sure those 2 saws go to the shop minimum. Your recoil is going to be $30 to fix, neighbor. Okay, $25 labor and $5 for the rope. And then your other one, well, shit, it's probably only going to be like $30, $35 because all I got to do is replace your fuel line, you said. So, I'm going to try and get both saws done for under $75. May need climbing rope. Oh, I got a 201T I'm going to build if damn it Bobby ever gets me my fucking intake boot. Been taking forever. All right, guys, I'm going to glove up. I'm going to turn you down to the bench. Oh, I lied. I got to tell you a little story. It's a short one. Not much to it. It's not even really a story. So, y'all know my uncle does me hella dirty. Okay? And if you've been on the channel a long time, you know if my uncle walks in before he goes to work, I give him a hug. And I don't cut that out of videos. If it comes in while I'm taking a video, I got it out of time. Got what out of time? What the hell are you talking about? What's out of time? The 025? I don't see how. The flywheel key is not sheared at all. So I don't see how it can be out of timing. But that's what I wondered. I wonder if it's trying to go backwards, and when it tries to spin backwards, when it tries to pop. Yeah, well, how the hell do you get it out of timing, damn it, Bobby? That's what I'm wondering. That's what I can't figure out. I cannot figure out for the fucking life of me why that thing is grabbing and snatching like that, unless the saw's trying to start and spin backwards. Greasy Shop Rag did a video on a 450 that was spinning backwards, and I think it was because they miswired something or something, so I need to look at that. That is one thing I thought about. I wonder if that bitch is trying to spin backwards, and when it tries to pop, the force of the flywheel going the reverse direction is what's tearing my recoil spools up. I can't think of anything else. So you're probably honestly onto something there. So anyways, you guys know my uncle does me hella dirty. There for a couple of months, I wouldn't hug him. Speaking of, that might be him right there, unless it's the dog. I wouldn't hug him because he was doing me so filthy fucking dirty, hurting my feelings. And no matter how much I express to him that my feelings are hurt, he just keeps doing the same shit. He's getting better in a lot of areas, but I still think he can do a lot better without much effort, honestly. I asked him to do 5 minutes a day of chores before or after work. 5 minutes, you guys. 5 fucking minutes. 5 minutes. He can't even keep his cat box cleaned. Goes months without vacuuming the living room, and I don't use our living room at all. I have a little bit of inventory in there, but it's shit that's just going to sit there until I have more space out here. So I don't watch TV in there. I don't go sit in there. I don't do nothing in there anymore. But anyways, I'm trying to teach my uncle how to cook. Because he spends, do you know the average family, even in today's economy, spends about $450 a month on grocery. That's average, okay? A family of 4. You know how much my uncle spends a month on grocery, just food. Eating out and grocery, $450 a month for one person. Thought about when I lived with Brother Casey, we spent about $25 a week. And then when we needed bulk items, it would be like $75 to $125 that week. But on average, we ate for less than $50 a week, and we ate a lot of food, 2 meals a day, and big meals. Okay, so my uncle will eat at home when I cook, and then eat at home again, and then eat at work, and then eat out, and then take food to work, more food to eat at work, and then eat out of the vending machine at work. And so I try not to cook that much, because when I cook, he eats more. And I told him that's not right. If I'm going to cook for you, it's so you don't go out to eat. That's the whole point. But anyways, I've been teaching him how to cook, and I was on the road all day today, hadn't eaten a fucking thing except a bag of Gushers. And I come home, and my uncle cooked for me. And he did a pretty good job. No, damn it, Bobby, that's why I need to bring it up. I cannot figure out why it's loose like that. I really think it needs a new trigger, honestly, man. I look at it, and it's just there's a little groove that it goes in before it goes into the trigger, and it's really loose in the trigger. I think the plastic is worn out. I know that saw's barely been used, but it's a bad design. It's a design flaw, if you ask me. So anyways, my uncle cooked pork chops and mashed taters. Of course, he didn't cook a vegetable, because he doesn't eat vegetables except stringless green beans. And corn is a grain, not a vegetable. And he'll eat carrots. But he won't buy this shit. I don't know why. Oh, okay. I thought you said it's barely used. Yeah, damn it, Bobby. I think it needs a new trigger, honestly. I think the throttle lever has just got too much play in the trigger itself. But that's why I need to bring it up, so we can look at the ones you have up there again and see if we can't figure out what we need to do. And that way I can pay my bill. I owe you money, so I can pay you off. Yeah, chain smoking today. So anyways, that was my story. Uncle cooked me dinner. I really appreciated it. It was really nice, and he did a good job. You know, it wasn't perfect, but for a man that doesn't know how to cook, and I've only taught him twice to do pork chops, he did a good job, so I'm proud of him. So anyways, let's go ahead and glove up, and we'll start getting into these two SAWS, this MS250 and this 025. We'll see exactly how bad our chassis is on this. Oh, I missed a comment. My other phone's dead, so that's the reason I can't. Where are the comments? There they are. Well, damn it, Bobby. I guess that's when my bill's getting paid. Friday. So it is what it is, but I'm no fret, neighbor. I'll bring this all up once we figure the throttle trigger out, or the throttle lever out. Good to go. You can give it back to your customer. And you pay me when you can pay me. I'll trust you, neighbor. No fret. I know where you live, goddammit. Actually, I don't, but it wouldn't be hard to find. Bend over, damn it, Bobby. It's time for your prostate exam, bitch. Okay. Let's see just how bad this 025 is melted. And let's see, I'm hoping, honestly, I'm hoping the worm gear is what's melted. And the chassis is good. That would be a good deal. The worm gear is a lot cheaper than a chassis. And so that's my hope, is that the worm gear is melted. And he probably didn't install his oil pump right, because these oil pumps, you have to get them just right. You have to get the depth just right, because it's got a tiny, tiny hole that feeds oil. And if you don't line that up just right, you ain't gonna get oil well. And he said intermittent oils. So again, that to me says, well, if it's intermittent, if sometimes it oils and sometimes it doesn't, maybe our worm gear is not catching properly. So let's hope that's the problem. Let's go ahead and turn y'all down to the bench, and we'll get to work. Damn it, neighbors. Okay, here's our MS250, neighbors, that we got for $50. I gave him $55. He was asking $70 on Facebook, but I went ahead and gave him $55. I'm going to plug my other phone in and turn it on. It's not charged up very much. Oh, and it looks like it wasn't charging at all. I'll be damned. I've been so discouraged against doing videos that I haven't really been keeping my phones charged. And even though this one's at 65%, we're going to plug you guys into the live support, because last time we did a live, our phone died on us. So hopefully that will keep up. Okay, he's got Husqvarna bar nuts on this. So we'll get those out of our way. And I can't see the comments right now, you guys. I'll do my best to keep up with them. But until I get the other phone to turn on, I can't fully see comments because I don't have a screen in front of me. Okay. This bar is almost brand new, and this bar alone is $40. So I got a hell of a deal on this. I asked the guy, because he said it ran fine, it just had an oiling issue. But then it wouldn't idle. It'll start and die like it needs a carburetor. Okay, we got 13% here. It says the connected charger will take longer to charge. Yeah, look at that filthy air filter. Why do people run their shit like this? I mean, watch. Is that not worth doing to save your fucking saw? Look how quick we did that. If you do that every time you use your saw, before you put it away, your saw will last you a lot longer. You run it with a dirty air filter, your shit's not going to run right. The sprocket on this also looks brand spanking new. It does look like it's aftermarket, however, which I don't care. I use aftermarket sprockets because even though you have to replace them more frequently, they're still cheaper in the long run to maintain than the, yeah, that's an aftermarket retaining clip for or retaining washer for sure. It's cheaper to maintain with aftermarket sprockets than it is. So what does the room think about Trump giving police immunity, which means the taxpayers keep paying for lawsuits at police costs? Yeah, I think we need to abolish qualified immunity. I think it's bullshit, and I didn't know Trump supported that. He's probably saying that shit because he's in fucking on a trial right now. Okay, clutch came off nice and easy. It 100% needs new springs. Oh yeah, our chassis looks melted. Damn. That sucks. Yep, chassis melted. Melted bad too. Damn. That bitch is melted bad. Look at that shit. The thing is, it shouldn't. That shouldn't be affecting our oil. Our oil channel is not broken. It's not melted through the oil channel. The oil pump looks a little high. The oil pump is spinning just fine. Yep, spinning just fine. So, you might be able to use this chassis. I'll be damned if my uncle leaves without giving me a hug. I'm going to kick his ass. I'll be right back, neighbors. Let me see if he's starting the truck and coming this way. Yep, he is, neighbors. Told you. I told you him before he left. There he is, neighbors. Say hi to Grumpy Unk, neighbors. Grumpy Unk, say hello to the YouTube.
Hello.
You guys like his uniform? So he can sit in a booth and watch TV all night.
Bit of a bout.
Gotta give my uncle a hug, you guys.
I love you too.
I'll see you tomorrow. What time are you getting up tomorrow?
I'll set going for about 2 o'clock or so.
Okay. That sounds fair. Tomorrow's chore day, neighbors. Uncle has work off tomorrow, so we do chores on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Mother Nature.
Right. Okay, so I suppose we might as well go ahead and tear this bitch all the way down. Fuck it. Because we have to take it down quite a bit to, it's got the new style tank vent. We have to take it down quite a bit to get our handle off anyways. All this has to come off to get your handle. So, pull that choke lever, pull your trigger, and you can pop your throttle linkage out there, turn it, and you can unhook it from your carburetor. Take you a screwdriver right here, and just against your chassis, and you can pop your on-off switch off. Okay, pull your carburetor, take our grommet out of the way. Okay, we'll put some, we'll crip this line so we don't get shot with fuel. And then I'm going to put one of these in it for now until I drain the fuel. That way we don't get sprayed. This fuel line feels like it needs replaced anyways. Oh, no, maybe not. So, you guys know what I did. I'll show you something. Does anybody know? So, this is the new oil lines for like the O26s and stuff that Steel sells, which is... This is trash. It's plastic. It's fucking impossible to get bends in this. But I have an 026 with the aftermarket fuel line tends to kink. And so I put that in it. Does anybody know if I can buy the spring in bulk? Like long lengths of it? Or can I buy these individually? Damn it, Bobby, do you know? And you should find out if you don't know. Because I'd like to buy a whole bunch of that for when I use aftermarket fuel lines on saws that have obsolete fuel lines. So that we don't have to worry about pinching. I put that right in there where it pinches, and it works great. Okay, So now we got to get our AV buffs. They call AV stops. They call these inside our AV annullers. Okay. Usually pry them out with a screwdriver, or if you can't get them out that way, if you get them out enough to get some needle nose behind them or something, and get them out that way. We've got 4 of them total. There's 2 in the handle. This one's down on this other handle AV in your chassis. Okay, and then we got a small one up here by our chain brake. And that's what holds our handle on. Okay. Let's see here. Recoil looks nice. Problem is, I don't want to try them on that other saw because they keep fucking breaking. Ted Nizel! Hey! Greasy Shop Rag is here! Hey, Rob Weaver! What's up, neighbor? Who else we got? And Blanche is here, we know that. I'm working on some pull-in and home saws. They need new primer bulbs. My question is, how long do I make the return line from bulb to tank? Do I make it as long as supply gas? I mean, my thing is, Rob, if there's not already a piece on there, I just cut them the length I need to run them whatever route they go. But if you don't need the primer bulb housings, neighbor, I got primer bulbs. Just tell me what size you need, okay? Real cheap, neighbor, okay? Just tell me what you need. And I got fuel line by bulk too, if you need any fuel line. It's aftermarket. I'm out of OEM, but when I buy OEM fuel line, I buy the Echo, because that's what my dealer has in stock. Scott, I was just saying, Teespring is doing me hella dirty. They told me they were going to give me, I ordered like $300 worth of stuff, and it was all screwed up, almost all of it. They told me they were going to give me a store credit, but they didn't, and now they're making me go through all kinds of hell to get my stuff replaced, and now they're telling me it has to be replaced with the same stuff it was. So I sent them an email, a copy of the email they sent me saying they were going to give me a full store credit, and told them they were liars, and they're doing me dirty. And I told them I was going to tell YouTube they were doing me dirty. So I'm going to switch my merchandise platform. But you will get your shirt, neighbor. No fret, okay? It's just going to take me some time. All right, let me get this phone up on the YouTube so I can see the chat, you guys. Let's see. Go here. Go here. Go to account. Change to my other account. And then we will go here. Turn the volume all the way down. And now we got chat. Excellent. Greasy Shop Rag, I'm real fucking excited to get what you're sending in the mail. I can't wait, neighbor. I'm so excited. I have parts. Old lines are busted up. Don't know how long the return is. Do I feed it to the bottom of the tank? Shorten it to air in the tank. I just put them in a little bit, Rob. Like I just did a 240. I think the video's up now. Yeah, it is. I just did a 240, and I just put them like an inch into the line. You can ask Scott, too. He's here. I've got other shirts. Don't worry about it. Wally, welcome, neighbor. Bought an 025 and MS230, neither run. Well, Wally, we've got a playlist here on the channel that's called 025/MS250 series. And I do full teardowns, full builds, and show you how to do other stuff to those saws. So maybe that will help you out, neighbor, if you'd like to check it out. And then you can always let me know if you need further help. I can try my best. Okay, don't know how well this is going to work. It's not charging very well. All right, so go ahead and get our 13 mil here to get our flywheel off. Hey, Scott, I was thinking about your video you did on the 450 that was running backwards. I've broken 5 fucking flywheels on this saw over here, an MS2 or an 025. Absolutely, Wally. And I tried different recoils. I tried different coils. I tried all kinds of different stuff, and I cannot figure out why my recoils keep snapping on that. The only thing I can come up with is that maybe it is trying to start in the reverse direction and snatching my flywheel spools. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but I'm absolutely baffled on it. That saw is right here, actually. No, wait a minute. Let's see. Yeah, it was this one. So, and then I had an 021, and that was a running 021, but it needed new rings. And so I went ahead and tore it down and switched the motor, the original 025 motor that I put on the saw I was building for him, onto that 021 setup. And that 021 was a running saw. And the recoils aren't breaking on that one, but that sumbitch just won't start. And so what am I doing here? Goodness sakes, you guys, I'm fucking exhausted. It has been a long day. Greasy Shop Rag usually uses the pry method to get flywheels off. I've always done it this way, so it's kind of just muscle memory to do that. His way is much safer on these freaking composite flywheels. His way of prying, you're less likely to mess up your flywheel key there on your flywheel, so method is safer, but mine is just muscle memory. That's how I do it. And then on some saws I use a puller. Maybe too much turning if the first two wraps are trying to run side by side and pull board, they could get wide and push on the pulley walls. That might be Greasy Shop Rag. I'll have to check that out, but I use the same length I normally use, and I even tried using well, here, I mean, new rope. And obviously it's broken there. They've all broken in the same exact spot. But what's happening, Scott, see, I don't think it's too much rope. What's happening is you can pull the cord several times, and it almost seems like it does that when the saw tries to pop, because that's all the saw has ever done is a couple of times it tried to pop on full choke. And so again, my theory is maybe I've got something hooked up backwards. I can't remember. I have to go back. Maybe you can tell me what was it the customer put on backwards or something on that saw? Something was wrong with it, and you fixed it. Yeah, Robert Weaver. Isn't Greasy Shop Rag fucking awesome? I love his channel. He's the only small engine guy I watch, because I don't watch much YouTube. What was wrong with that 450, Scott, that was spinning backwards? Can you remind me? Because I forget, damn it. Okay. Let me get my Milwaukee drill. I don't know why I keep using the Impact when I have this drill. This one takes a little longer, but it's easier on threads. Yeah, Ted Neitzel and Rob Weaver, Greasy Shop Rag, are actually the ones that turned me onto your channel. They both mentioned you. And so I finally watched one of your videos, and I was like, yeah, I like this guy. I didn't like your 70s porno music, but I like your videos. I like your video, neighbor. Later. Okay, guys. Had a lot going on, and just trying to persevere. Haven't felt like doing videos. Editing. I have lots of footage. I just haven't felt like editing. I don't know why. Just discouraged, I guess. It's hard to put that much time into videos when they only get 40 views, you know. Yeah, I've used two different coils, and it had the wrong one on it. The timing was jacked. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, because I tried a different coil, and again, that 021 was a running saw, but it just had low power. It would cut fine, but not as good as an 021 should, and I know that saw was worked hard, and I should have rerung it, but I forgot to. That's cool. I love that everybody's communicating in the chat together. That's what I like. I want us to have community here and to support one another in our ventures of life. Carry our burdens together, and nobody knows it all, so everybody has something to teach. The young can teach the old, and the old can teach the young. And we share knowledge. The more knowledge we share, the more each of us knows individually. Yeah, so whoever came in late, I had to go out today and buy some 025 and MS250s that have been on Marketplace for a while. This one, if you just came in, the guy put a new oil pump in it, but it's overheated and melted. The oil channel itself doesn't look impacted, and the worm gear spins the oil pump just fine. But either way, we're going to tear it all the way down, because that's what we do. And I have another 025 that seems to run good, so we're going to do some stuff on that one, and we're going to turn it into an MS250. They basically have the same motor. One is dual, what do they call it, dual transfer ported, and one is quad transfer ported. I forget the damn terminology, damn it. But they're basically the same. I mean, okay, I should have got my muffler gasket and shit out of the way. Alright, let's get this tank vent out of the way. Let's see here. Greasy shop rag! Look what I got, neighbor! Ha ha! The only thing is, I gotta make me a thing so I can put it. I gotta make me a little thing to set it on because it didn't come with anything that it can sit stable with. But, thank you, neighbor. I love this funnel when I'm just servicing saws that have good fuel because fuel's freaking outrageous and I spend a lot of money on fuel. And so when I can do this and then just put it back into the saw, it works great. There we go. Nice clean fuel. Okay, set that aside. Let's see. Did I miss any comments? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Now we can go ahead. I'll put our cap back in to keep our fuel tank from getting all kinds of dust in it. I have popped this AV annuller out. Okay, so that is loose. It is easier if we get our spark plug boot off and take our spark plug out. I need to get one of those things that Scott has that he undoes the spark plugs with because I can't get these bitches with my fingers because I'm weak. And some of them are really hard to grab. Well, spark plug actually looks pretty decent. A little bit rich, but not too bad. We want a nice tan color. That funnel is sweet. I just use a heavy pipe coupler, but I need to find something cool like a piston or something. Yeah, that's right. I didn't think about that. A pipe coupler would be perfect. Is 120 psi good enough on the MS230? The air filter was loose and looks like it was eating some dust. Wally, 120 is okay on that saw, but that is low. I'd like to see, you know, at least 135 on that 230. You can also ask, hey Scott, what do you think about 120 psi on an MS230? Yeah, he's got, Rob, he's got all kinds of awesome freaking tools, man. I love his workbench. I want to build one because that's why I don't like working on tillers and stuff. You guys have seen me work on tillers and stuff on the floor, and it's hard on my back, and I hate having to turn down that kind of work because once you turn down a customer that's asking you about equipment for the first time, okay, our fuel line had some fuel in it still. A lot of times they won't even call you in the future if they need something worked on. You know, so if I could have a bench like his that I could lower to the floor and put a lawnmower or a tiller on it, a small one. Okay, where are we still caught? Oh, we didn't unplug our wire here. We've got to unplug this wire. Okay, and that will come through. I thought I unplugged my tank vent too, but I guess not. So let's go ahead and pop that off. Now that handle should come off. Should, theoretically. Okay, there's that. Get our gasket and our heat shield here off. Don't need this tack right now. Get that out of the way. Our muffler bolts here. Okay, get our coil out of the way. See, anything over 100, I guess. Too many variables between gauges. Do you know what it had before it ate dust? There you go, Wally. Greasy Shop Rag wants to know, do you know what the compression was before it ate dust? And he's right. There are variables with compression testers. One of the, I mean, Scott, you can tell me if you disagree, but I have found that when I use a long hose on 2 strokes, a long hose like this, I get really low readings. When I use this one, I get pretty good readings. I get free socks every so often. Okay, the Snap-on. Yeah, I really wish I could afford Snap-on shit, but knowing my luck, even that would break on me. I mean, it's just amazing the shit that goes wrong in life. I spend good money on shit and everything still breaks on me for some reason. Okay, so this saw ran intermittent, and I'm willing to bet had good fuel in it. The fuel line doesn't feel terrible. I'm willing to bet this is our culprit. So we will we'll end up opening that up. But let's go ahead. Oh, I'm dropping screws everywhere, neighbors. Let's go ahead and dismount our top end here. I am going to use an impact on that because I hurt really bad. Hopefully they'll come out. Sometimes an impact doesn't work. And this one, it did work. Okay. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, is this one out all the way? It is. Let's see if those will pop right out. 1, 2, 3. The fourth one doesn't want to come out. There it is. We've got everything else we need out of the way. Let's go ahead and get our wires out of the way. Yeah, I'm looking. I had my wiring right on these, so that wasn't my issue. But who knows? Okay, and this should slide right off pretty easy. Definitely want to put new seals in this bitch. Definitely. So let's pop her open and see what she looks like. On these ones, I find the easiest way to break my seal is go on your clutch side, and there's a little groove here for your oil pump to sit in, and I just do that. And then if I can't pull this out, I'll just use me a rubber mallet so that I don't mess up my threads or anything. Use me a rubber mallet to break the seal, just like so. Oh yeah, look at that. Good thing I got that for 50 bucks, huh guys? Roached piston. Cylinder. It's got one tiny spot of transfer, but almost none, which isn't too bad. Well, actually, let's see. See if I can show you guys. My light is, it needs new batteries in it. Yep, no light. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see the cylinder. Let's turn this light on. There we go. That's butter. Yeah, you guys can't really see that, but it's got slight transfer. I don't know that I'll reuse it. I might, or I'll put it on eBay for like 10 bucks. Okay, let's see here. That dirt ran through you, Baron. Just saying. Kids are out of the house and I don't spend time in the taverns. I've always had a tool. Ah! When you say you're going downtown to sell saws, what does that mean? Oh, Scott, so I live in the country and I'm about 3 miles from town. I live in a town of 10,000 people. And so I'll go, there's an empty lot by Walmart, and sometimes I'll go set up tables there and just put my saws out and put my small engine redemption sign out. And sometimes the management, I have an agreement with the management at the Advanced Auto. They let me come up anytime I want during business hours, and I can set up in their parking lot. I just set up at the far end of their parking lot. But I don't typically like setting up there because people going the opposite direction, if they don't see in time, they have to go way up and turn around, and it takes them a lot of time. And so I've had better luck. This thing is dirty as hell. I'm just looking at it, you guys. I've had better luck over by Walmart. But actually, most of my saws are sold now. I think right now all I have is a 170 and an 026 that are ready to go. I've sold almost everything. I sold the 064. I took less than I wanted for it, but I got twice what it's worth over in Rob's area, because they go for like $450 over there in used condition. And same with Ted's area up in Washington. Ted, are you Washington or Oregon? I can't remember. You're in Oregon, right? Not sure. I just got it. I did have long hose on the tester. There are some light marks on the intake side of the cylinder. Yeah, Wally, I think Scott's right. Fancy shop rag there. Those marks on your intake side, if you think it ate some dust, that's most likely what it's from. I mean, so this chassis, you guys, is melted right here, but it doesn't go through. And then this is our oil channel right here, okay? And it goes into this elbow, and then into our oil tank. There's a pickup tube right there. And so technically, I believe this chassis is good. It appears to me his oil pump is setting too high. He said it oils intermittent, but I'm not too concerned about that aspect right now. I really just wanted to get it torn down. I need to get us a box I really just wanted to get it torn down because I have to fulfill this order for Rod. Bear with me, guys. Gotta get a box. Gotta get in the loft. And I've got our ultrasonics heating up, but I can't run those while we're doing the camera because they are noisy as hell on the camera. So for now, we're just gonna get some of these parts out of our way. Yeah, that piston is definitely no good, but we'll still put it in a box for now. I usually do, I use my meteor boxes for my pistons, and then I'll put my cylinder and stuff in a box to keep it safe. But this one's in rough condition, so we're not really going to do napkins or anything right now in it. Yeah, Scott. Vecino! ¿Cómo estás? Vecino, Jose, you guys, he lives in New Mexico. He's Spanish, and he works full time, and he's been on the channel a long time. And just like all of us, sometimes he disappears for a little while, and then he comes back. But vecino is neighbor in Spanish, and so I call him vecino because he's Mexicano. And if anybody thinks calling a Mexican is racist, you're wrong. Any Mexican I've ever asked about that said, why wouldn't I want to be called Mexican? That's what I am. I'm Mexican. That's my heritage. They don't like being called Latino because they're not Latino. Okay, so this is the first one. And right now, really, I just want to get it out of my way. And then we're going to take down that 025 that runs. And we're going to try and go ahead and get Rod. We're going to get these MS250 parts clean. We're going to try and get Rod's saw built. 100% need to rebuild that clutch, though. That thing is in rough condition. Really rough condition. Oh, our oil pump. Put our oil pump in there. Get all our hardware in this bag, really. Because I know this saw well. Don't have to separate it. That 462 that I worked on for Damn It Bobby. That hardware was separated. And I don't know that saw. So that was kind of fun putting that shit back together. Okay, let's see. I think this... Does this flywheel nut go here? No, it's right there. Vecino, I am trying my best, neighbor. Trying my best. We're going to look at this carburetor, too. Oh, no, you know what? I said that's probably the culprit, but you know what the culprit is? Why this fucking saw wouldn't run right? You saw it. The damn piston's ruined. See? See, and the guy wanted to say the saw ran good. You see, you guys, the saw can start and run, but it doesn't mean it's good. That's why my saws are expensive, neighbors, because I give you assurance. Just ask Jake. Ask Jonathan Luna. Anything goes wrong with your chip, I fix that chip for free. Okay? I take care of my customers long after the sale. That's something that's very hard to find these days. Greasy Shop Rag, I meant to ask you, one day you were talking about taking a saw out and cutting it. And so where you work, you guys have the ability as mechanics to cut with saws? Yes or no? Because a lot of shops don't. And in my opinion, there are just certain things. If a customer says the saw, you know, runs fine until you go to cut with it, and then it doesn't cut right. Yeah, sometimes we can diagnose the issue without cutting with it, but sometimes you got to be able to cut with a saw to make sure everything works right. You know, so I was wondering, do you have the ability to cut wood with saws at work? Yeah, it's not the culprit, Scott, you're right, but it is the reason it's not running right now. Something else caused it, and I was looking at the crankshaft seal on the clutch side, and it did look like the lip, I'm willing to bet that's probably where the air got in. That's my guess anyways. I think it would have had an air leak. Because it did have good clean fuel in it. But that's what people don't understand. All it takes. Excellent. Yeah, that's good. What, Vecino? Guess what? Guess what? I'm guessing. I don't know what. Tell me. Okay, now, neighbors, we have... Anybody want to buy this top cover and air filter cover with its damage? I probably won't use that on a saw. I'll have brand new air filter covers. And this is a red lever, so it's the old filter style. But if anybody needs these parts, I'll sell them to you real cheap since they're damaged. It's just cosmetic. God damn. Woo! Chit's tight. Wow. So this one, you guys, was marketed for $100. I didn't cut with it, but we did start it up and she ran just fine and restarted just fine. The guy did have some small stuff to cut, but I wasn't super concerned. I really need the chassis is what I need. I've got to figure out why like I said, why my recoil is breaking. And so I needed recoil spools because even though I have a stack of them somewhere, I cannot find them. I got my leaf blower stolen. Oh, vecino, no bueno. Lo siento, amigo. Lo siento, lo siento. That's bullshit. I can't stand thieves. I hate thieves. Thieves and liars are just below pedophiles on the, if you're going to rate what sins are worse. Okay, it's thieves and liars. All right, I got to go hang one of these bars up. Actually, I'm just going to hang all three of these bars up. 1 second, neighbors. Got to get rid of some shit, make some space. Okay, see here. There we are. This sprocket's got a little wear on it, but it's not bad at all. It looks fairly new, lightly used. I can definitely put that on a saw. Looks like it's almost brand new. And the camera doesn't do justice when you have scoring and all that stuff. You can't feel that at all. Even though it looks like you'd be able to, you can't feel this at all. It's literally just on the surface. So I think that's fairly new, which is nice. Sprockets ain't cheap. Okay, so let's go ahead. Same thing. We'll tear this all down too. Get right down to the guts of it. And that way we can, we got to build rod saw. We've got to fulfill that order. You blame your ex. Why, vecino? ¿Por qué? Why do you blame your ex? ¿Por qué? See? And this clutch is nice and strong, you guys. Okay, that's got good springs on it. The other one did not. That's what our chassis is supposed to look like. Okay? So as I said, though, on the other one, the melting, the oil channel is not broken through. I don't know that I'll use that chassis. I might not. I might put it on eBay real cheap. A lot of times I will take parts that have cosmetic or whatever and put them on eBay. That way I don't have to use like this. That to me lowers the value of a saw that you say is refurbished. And so that's something I'd probably drop at least $50 off the saw because the air filter cover and the top cover have a minor hole in them. It's not going to affect anything except right here. That's more debris that can get into your air filter and carburetor area, and we don't want that. Okay, so I usually convert these over. I put that little base, you know, that black base, and use one of these air filters on these typically. Whoops, that's for an 028. We don't need that up here, nor do we need this up here. Alright, so that's stuff on that side. I'm not taking the chain brakes apart right now for sake of time. And I'm hoping they're not that dirty in there. I'm hoping I can just blow them out so that I don't have to see what you can do with these, you guys. If you can't quite get them with that screwdriver, just get you some pliers behind them, and that works pretty well. You can even just get it started and hold it out and then do that. Can make it a lot easier. These can be really, you guys have seen me on saws spend 20-30 minutes trying to get these out sometimes. They can be really, really tough at times. And as I say that, this one wants to be an asshole. Here we are. We got one more up here, again by our chain brake handle right there. That come out pretty easy because left it at her house and she let the door open. Scott, eBay does me hella dirty, and so my listings aren't getting seen, and so I have a lot of stuff listed that doesn't get views, and other people have the same exact shit listed, especially my new Meteor products. It's like I have 49mm piston rings, and you scroll down like 35 items before you get to my rings, and most of those items are actual cylinder kits. And there's 97 sets of 49mm caber rings that I've sold this year by 2 other sellers. And I finally, after I changed my listing a bit, sold 1 set. You make more money if you can sell the parts. You make more money breaking down saws and selling the parts. But my thing is, a lot of people will sell parts, Scott, that I just won't. If I know there's something potentially wrong with it, I don't like selling it. And I know plenty of people will sell this stuff. And so I throw a lot of shit away that other people will actually sell. Like 271 chassis. When those 271 chassis are burnt up, I don't know if you've done a lot of work on the 271s, Scott, because I know you're mainly a Husqvarna guy. They get overheated, and then the chain brake band, there's little tabs that hold it in place, and those get melted down and worn down. And then so your sprocket's going to rub on your chain brake band, and the saw is going to overheat. I see tons of 271 chassis on eBay that look like that, and people buy them. I can't morally do it. I can't do it to somebody, you know. They can be fixed, and sometimes I do fix them, but I disclose what I've done to it and why I've done that. I use the plastic epoxy, you know. So let me drain my fuel here. Oh yeah, look how nasty that is. I shouldn't have poured that in that good fuel. That's nasty fuel. It might just be a different kind of mix, but that shit's like black. Yikes. Yeah, that's rancid. That's bad fuel. He was running bad fuel in that shit. What a dumbass. Fuel does go bad, you guys. Yeah, because I heard you mention Grease one time about, I didn't know where you sold your stuff. You haven't? If so, go ahead and give the guys the link, because I have the stuff on eBay, but you probably have different stuff. Most of my stuff is steel. And so there's several chainsaw guys here. I'd rather them buy from you than anybody else on eBay. So if you got a link to your eBay store, go ahead and put it in the comments. That way people can see what you got. Ted Neitzel likes you. He watches every one of your videos and comments on every single one. He gets a lot of his parts from Tony, though, a local guy, and I can't blame him. Gotta support local business, you know. Gotta support us small guys. And if somebody's your local neighbor opposed to your neighbor across country, well, it's good to support that local neighbor. Sometimes I overpay for stuff just to support my local neighbors. Right, damn it, Bobby? I don't have wings, you guys. Deep six that chip, Rob Weaver. Oh, this is not a 3/4. We need a 13 mil. Okay. And like I said, Scott uses the pry method, and in my opinion, that method is much safer on these composite flywheels. But this is just what I've always done. And sometimes that happens. Flywheel key looks good. See, like this one. I know I can't tell without doing a vacuum pressure test for sure, but to me, that dust lip looks worn out when you can almost see through it and it's black, like it's been overheated. Okay, put our cap back on, keep our tank clean. Let's see here. Go ahead and get our handle screws out. There's 6 of them on this one. We got 2 below here. I think my bad habit of using the impact is because it's so fast. I can tear down saws so much faster using the impact, but it does damage threads, especially on this plastic shit. Actually, you know what I was thinking about today, Scott, is I've been thinking about it for a while, because while your above the bench view doesn't work for everything, I can see a lot of stuff really good with that view, and I like it for the most part. And so my GoPro vanished about 6 months ago, but I've been thinking about setting up a mount to have that overhead view on some of my videos. And I've got to learn how to do the dual view as well, but I'm just not there yet. Okay, almost there on this one, you guys. And then I'll kind of show you what I've been up to when I haven't been working on chainsaws. We'll go outside for a bit. I'll show you what Shed Shop 1.0 looks like now. Yeah, I know this saw runs, but I'm nervous I'm going to get in there and the piston's going to have scoring on it. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. And I'm actually going to leave the coil on this one. You know what? No, I'm not, because I got to clean it. But I didn't take our muffler off. I try not to use an impact on these little steel mufflers. These damn bolts on the steel chainsaws just freaking tend to break easy if you use an impact. And so I have a bad habit of breaking these bolts. I have like 50 of them in stock, but they're aftermarket. And to be honest, the Pharmatech bolts that replace these are trash. They're just trash. They strip out. The nuts are even worse. But the bolts, they strip out easy and they break easily. You can't tighten your shit good enough without breaking your bolt most of the time. Come here, you little bastard. Ah, doesn't want to come. Give me your parts, chainsaw. There we go. There's that. Slide those bolts right out. Turn them, take them out. Now we can pop this avian roller out. So we're just going to get behind it. I didn't show you guys that earlier, but I've done so many of these saws on this channel. It's because it's one of my favorite saws and it's one of my best sellers. You'd be surprised, I get $325 for these warranted all day long, rebuilt and warranted. I don't hardly have any issues getting $325 for these. And if they're, you know, cosmetically don't look as good, I'll do like $275 to $300. And I get it. I've never had a problem. It's because my community knows that I'm a man of my word, and that's hard to find. And damn it, I forgot to unhook my wire again. Did you guys see that shit? I did that on the last one too. You would think I'd learn from my mistakes, but apparently not. Okay, put that in a separate box here. So we can get all these cleaned in the ultrasonic tonight. And hopefully get Rod a saw built by tomorrow. We'll see how much energy I have. I do hurt extremely bad. It's sad. Every day I think about... Okay, I don't see any chat in a while. You guys still here, neighbors? It says we have 8 people. I bought 2 Pharmatech saws and I'm throwing them in the trash. Runs fine one day, don't start next. Ah, Rob Weaver! That's how it goes, neighbor. Yeah, that's how it goes. I'd put them up on eBay for 50 bucks. Or send them to me. I'll sell them for you. We'll just tell people. It's a China saw. Do what you want. You know, I'm not going to fucking pry that motor off without taking the damn bolts off, you guys. Why don't you tell me? Hey, dummy! You gotta take the bolts off first. How the hell are you gonna pry a motor off when there's bolts holding it on? See, you guys let me do dumb shit all the time. What's the matter with you guys? Shit. Okay, here we go. Vecino, what kind of blower did you have? You had a steel blower, right? I can't remember. Okay, there's all that. That should come right off. Get the wires out of the way. There we go. And let's see what this bitch looks like. Okay, a little bit of marking. This will definitely neaten up. Yep, there's a gouge in it right there. Let's see. I'm gonna take my gloves off, but I don't want to yet. Okay, it doesn't catch. These do though. So, whilst you probably could reuse that piston, I don't use shit like that on a refurbished saw. That's not a refurbished saw. I see so many people that say a saw is rebuilt and the piston looks like, I'm sorry, but that's not a rebuilt saw. If you're going to charge $325 for a 46cc steel chainsaw, you damn well better not use something like that, because that's doing your neighbor dirty. That's not refurbished. That's not rebuilt. I'm sorry, it's just not. And a saw has been fully gone through. If you're servicing a saw to sell to your neighbors and you're changing fuel lines and shit, well, you need to pull your muffler. And if you see that shit, you shouldn't sell it to your neighbor. That's dirty. Unless you disclose that it's there and explain to them what that means, you shouldn't sell that shit. It's dirty. Landis Anthony, welcome, neighbor. What's going on? Sometimes my hands go faster than my mind, which causes me to repeat dumb mistakes. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Rob, what kind of saws are they? Did you see what Scott said? He said, Robert, just use them every other day. Oh, shit. That was funny. That was funny. How many of you guys like the corny jokes that Greasy Shop Rag tells on his channel? I know I do. I like his corny jokes. They're funny. Okay, I just put these together like this. It makes it easier to keep everything together. Because I don't put the mufflers. Sometimes I do, but I usually don't put them in an ultrasonic. I just spray them out with brake parts cleaner as best I can. But this helps me keep this shit together so I don't lose it. A couple of extra seconds to keep organized, no biggie. See? You guys see the bolts? There they are. Does anybody want to buy this top cover and this air filter cover with its little bit of cosmetic damage? Does anybody need it? I'll sell it to you real cheap. That's what it looks like. If anybody wants to buy it, let me know. Harbana? You mean Husqvarna? It's okay, Bessina. We know what you mean. You mean Husqvarna. It's H-U-Q... I'm sorry, H-U-S-Q-V-A-R-N-A. Husqvarna. Okay, so this cylinder is good. It looks really nice. I wish I had a light to show you guys. It's still got damn crosshatches in it. Very clear crosshatches. Yeah, it looks really, really good. There is a teeny tiny bit of marking at the top, but it's not transfer, fortunately. This is absolutely a good cylinder that we can reuse. So, what I like to do is either paper towel or bubble wrap inside my cylinder, okay? And then I'll usually pull my piston off and put it in here. And then I'll wrap my crankshaft in either bubble wrap or paper towels. And then it all goes in these boxes. It keeps everything organized. And it keeps my parts protected from getting damaged. Because, you know, there's always dust and metal shards flying around the shop and everything else. And you don't want that shit in your cylinder. So if you do that, just to protect it. And then again, just throw all our hardware in a bag here. And that's it. That's two 1123 series saws torn down. And now we can get Rod a saw built, hopefully. I'll probably use this MS250 setup. I'll use the 025 chassis that we just took off with the MS250 Meteor top end that I have on the other saw, and then we'll use the MS250 plastics, and so we'll build him an MS250, but it'll have twist caps instead of flip caps, which I like the twist caps way better. Those flip caps, I just am not a fan of them. Yes, they're a lot easier in the field to refuel with and re-oil with, but I am just not a fan at all. I don't like them. They break too easily. They leak too easily. Just not good stuff. Okay, and our worm gear, surprisingly, with all that melting, well, it does have a little bit missing right there. So the arm is good, and I have a lot of gears that the arm is worn out on, so we'll change the gear. We'll put that arm, that good arm, on a good gear. Okay, we'll do our neighbor right. And I just did myself dirty because I was trying to separate the cylinder bolts and put them with the cylinder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'll just grab a third bag, I guess. Or no, I'll do this. See? People sell saws like that. You guys saw that piston. And that guy was selling it as a good running, good cutting saw in excellent shape. You know, low hours. Huh, okay, it might have low hours, but you ran some nasty fuel through it. That worm gear went to our other saw. I think I got everything cleaned up here. I think. Okay, so, neighbors. I'll show you what kind of projects I got coming up. Everybody keeps asking me how much for my 036. And I tell anybody on the channel, if you're inquiring about a saw, yeah, he does have a good sense of humor, Rob. Scott has a good channel. I like his channel, and I like it because he's just straightforward, you know? No bullshit. He just tells the truth, teaches you shit, doesn't lie to you. If he's given something that he says, this is just, you know, my way of doing it. Some guys will say their way is the only way to do certain stuff, and it's not. Like, a lot of guys give me shit for how I remove flywheels. Scott doesn't do that, you know. He'll tell you, you know, you can do this, you can do that, but he explains what he's doing pretty good. Gives good detail. And, you know, it's really cool. I really like that his boss allows him to do that. Because a lot of shops, you know, they don't want their customers to see what's going on in the back. And to me, that's stupid. I let customers hang out while I work on their shit in the shop. Jake was just here the other day when we worked on his 390, and last week. I've had a lot of customers hang out and look over my shoulder while I'm working on their chip. And I have no problem with that because I have nothing to hide. Like that piston. That piston we just took off of this one that had a little bit of scoring on it. A lot of guys wouldn't want their customer to see that. No, if I'm putting that in your saw, I'm going to tell you. But, I mean, that piston, you can take some 600 grit, and I'm sure that would clean up just fine, re-ring it, and that piston would be good to go. But for me, that's one that I'll probably put on eBay real cheap. I'll throw it with a lot of parts, you know, like those handles or something, and just put it on eBay cheap. Try and make me a couple dollars off of it instead of throwing it in the trash. Let's see, what did I miss here? Okay, so, you guys, let's turn you around here. Not too bad. I wasn't rushing, and it took us 1 hour and 7 minutes. Well, about an hour, because we started a little later than, we didn't go right to work. Do you need rubber mat for your workbench? Is that something you would need? Rob, I actually have, right here, I only have this one piece of the 16th inch, but I use this for working on carburetors and stuff. I've thought about doing a rubber mat on the whole bench, but it's just, I don't know. I just didn't do it. I don't know why. Wouldn't be a bad idea though, because you know, stuff doesn't slide around as much. The only challenge is with black, a lot of shit disappears, but eventually my workbench turns black anyways from all the oil and stuff. But I got a few different mats here I use to work on carburetors, or you guys see when I do cylinders. You know, I'll get me a clean mat, or I'll get some paper towels and work on clean paper towels for the carburetors and the cylinders, because we don't want dust or debris or anything in those areas. You guys, wait until you see what Greasy Shop Rag is sending me. I cannot fucking wait. I've been asking him to make me one of these things that he's going to send me. I don't know, Scott, what, like 2 months now I've been bugging you about that shit? I cannot wait. He's sending me a gift. I'm so excited. Like, legit, super fucking excited. Novice Lumberjack does all kinds of crazy stuff. Ted, I've seen that guy. You're talking about the YouTuber Novice Lumberjack, right? I know I've seen that guy. I don't like the guy. His channel's like, this is treason or treason something. I saw a video of his one time. He's like, well, I can't legally raffle this off, but if you just send me $10, then I'll put your name in a drawing. And I mean, he just said it in such a way that he's like, just, I don't get it. These YouTubers that take advantage and they just blatantly know, they treat viewers like they're idiots, you know, like they're little puppets, and people be puppets. They'll send all kinds of money and do super chats and pay for really expensive memberships that don't get, the people only do like one members only video a month. And I'm like, that's crazy. Why would you pay $40 a month to be part of somebody's channel? And then they'll buy all kinds of merchandise from them and stuff. And I'm like, what has the world come to that so many human beings are little puppets? Like this whole social media influencer thing, really, seriously, influencers fucking piss me off. I don't watch that stuff, but I'll see a video here and there just to remind me how stupid I think it is and why I don't dig into TikTok. I'll never do TikTok, ever. Ever. I know I could grow this channel by thousands of subscribers if I did a TikTok, but I'm not interested. That's fucking, it's the devil. It's straight up the devil. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Lannis. You guys want to see how I have to put my hair up with my gimpness? I take my arm, okay? I got to put my knee on a chair, and I take my arm and I lift it up onto my knee, and then I have to tilt my head over so I can reach. And sometimes I hurt so bad I can't do this. So that's why my hair is always a mess. And I know some of you are thinking, well, why don't you just cut it? Well, because if I cut it, oh shit, I think our battery's dying, you guys. Because if I cut it, then I can't donate it to cancer kids when it's long enough. I donate my hair to Wigs for Kids. Because the families get the wigs for free. Let's see, what battery percentage are we at? 21%. Okay, so we don't have much battery left, but I'm going to kind of show you guys. I'll show you real quick. Let me... Oh! Crayus! Neighbor! You know, I would have figured out that 026 air filter because the very first time I had a problem with one, I just immediately went to putting the OEM parts in because I didn't like how weak the spring was. But, you know, neighbor, I did your little trick with the tabs. You know, the float, the damn choke chute, where you said it when you tighten it, it gets caught on the screws. You're right, neighbor. I did that with an aftermarket air filter, and it works fine. And it's a lot faster and easier than what I was doing, and cheaper. So, thank you for that tip, neighbor. See what I mean, you guys? Not everybody knows everything. You know, that's why a lot of times I put out videos. Now, sometimes I know the answer, but I'll put out a video saying I need your help, you know, because a lot of YouTubers, they don't listen to the viewers, you know, especially I know a lot of SAW guys that if you tell them another way of doing something, they'll jump down your throat and they'll treat you like an idiot. That's stupid. That's stupid. There's, and I don't know where this saying comes from, but there's many ways to skin a cat. What's that tip with the O2? Well, I'll show you, Ted Neitzel. So, Crayus had mentioned on the video I put out that says, so your aftermarket 026 air filter won't work or something. And I showed you guys how I changed the internals. I changed the spring and the choke chute to the OEM ones. But Crayus had mentioned this. Okay, here's our aftermarket air filter. We split it open. And he said, when you tighten it down, the flaps right here on the choke chute, see where the choke chute, right here, when you tighten it down, right here, okay, if you trim this back, right here, Ted, let me open it up, maybe we can see better, okay, if you take and just cut this back right here, on each side, just cut it back to the ridge, okay, you see, it doesn't take much, it literally doesn't take much at all. You just take this right here off, okay? Just to this ridge right here. There's this little space, so you just cut that back and widen this a little bit so that when you tighten it down, it doesn't get stuck with the screws. And that's all you got to do. And then these work fine. And I knew I would eventually figure out the issue, but hey, I didn't have to go through it and look at it. Crayus already knew. And you see what I mean? He's a viewer. He doesn't have a YouTube. But he gave me a tip, and it works. Okay? So I like input because you don't have to be a mechanic to know how to fix certain shit. You don't have to be a licensed mechanic to know how to do certain stuff. You don't have to have a YouTube channel to teach people stuff. We all have different tips, tricks, and knowledge that we can share. And so I just don't, you know, I don't get the whole society today is just... there you go, Blanche. That's right. We got 12 people in here and 2 thumbs up. What the hell's up with that, you guys? Give me some support and hit the thumbs up, damn it. Okay? hit the thumbs up just for that tip right there. Shit. We tore down 2 saws. And I'm giving you live advice right now. Society, vecino, mi tío es bueno. He's doing better. His health is much better. He's back to work. He's doing good. Thank you for asking. You don't have to say sorry for asking. Lo siento, no necesito, amigo. No necesito, vecino. Society is under what's called a mass psychosis, okay? These influencers, and you 3 things up now. Okay, there we go. We went from 2 to 6 thumbs up. Thanks, you guys. I'm just a nut with saws about 026. Thought it'd be an easy swap. The oil pump for, where'd we go here? Oil pump, the end, it's basically 026 Pro without a decon about. Right, there you go. People fall into the dumbest traps. You know, they give money where money shouldn't be given. They support people that don't give a shit about them. You know, because everybody wants to feel wanted. Everybody wants to feel like they matter. And a lot of people give to YouTube channels because they want to be noticed. And it astonishes me how dumb some people can be. And it astonishes me how many people are brainwashed by media. You know, so I see a lot of videos where people are going around and helping the homeless. And most of those, you guys, they're staged. Almost all of them are staged. There's one guy that I know, he's legit in what he's doing. And he'll mention to you, know, I could do this and that like the other YouTubers do to get more views and stuff. He says, but as long as I get enough people supporting the channel to keep doing what I'm doing, I'm happy. And I think he's sincere, you know, but a lot of those videos are staged. There's videos that people do these fights and arguments on airplanes and shit. But if you look, it's a set. It's literally a movie set. And a bunch of different YouTubers use that same set to enact these things. And you read the comments and people believe the shit's real. It's like, how dumb can you be to not realize this is entertainment? It's enacted. It's scripted. It's not real life. But they treat it like it's real life, and the YouTubers are acting like it's real scenarios. That's ignorant to me. I mean, like, I'm sorry, but anybody that sees that shit and believes it, you're a fucking fool. And I'm here to tell you, stop it. Okay? So, that being said, watch people like me and Scott, Greasy Shotbrad. We're just raw, real, and honest. No bullshit. No fancy flares and you know, all the bullshit. Alright, guys, so let's go around, and I'll show you guys kind of some of the shit I got coming up. Here's my 201T neighbors. We're just waiting for our intake boot. That's going to have a brand new Meteor top end. The piston and cylinder were scored. The cylinder is likely repairable because there's not that much transfer, but I don't remove transfer except in special circumstances. I got an 038 down here that I just need to find a couple parts for. MS271s. I've got this 271 over here, you guys. And these things have these epoxied on transfer covers, okay? They're not bolted on like the Husqvarnas are, and they get air leaks, okay? And that's another thing. People will sell those saws knowing they have air leaks. I don't. I refuse to. I have been able to fix a couple of these with JB Weld, and I just knock $100 off the price, and I'll only sell them locally in case there's an issue. But I have a guy that I've done that for. He's bought 2 or 3 271s off of me, and he has a big property, and him and his sons like the 271. And so they have some saws like that, and they've had them for a year, and the JB Welds have held. Let's see what else we got. So I've got this 200T here I got from Damn It Bobby, and I was trying to extract a broken coil bolt, and my fucking carbide drill bit broke inside the channel for the bolt, and so that chassis is kind of fucked. That I need a clutch side crankcase half for that. And there was one real cheap on eBay, but the guy has me blocked because I left him a neutral feedback when he sent me some bullshit and wouldn't make it right, so he won't sell to me. I got about 3 more 026s to build, and Ted Neitzel has donated a beautiful, sorry, you guys are going to look at the bench for a sec. I'll show you. Let me get the paper towels out of it. Ted Neitzel has donated a really nice, really clean what looks actually like a fairly low-hourred 026 cylinder. That's just fuzz from my paper towels. Ted donated that, so we're going to be building an 026 with that cylinder soon. We're going to put a Meteor piston in it. Okay, so we got a few more 026s to build. Right now I have several videos for you guys. I have some 026 footage, some more 034 footage. I've got more 026 260s there. There's Rob's 041 neighbors. I've got two 024s I'm going to be building. I just got to get top ends. Most of my 028 shit is cleaned, but I've got to get it listed on eBay. Does anybody need 028 parts? I've got a shit ton of it. This is neighbor, damn it, I think neighbor Jacob, is that his name? Let me see here. David. This is neighbor David. He was trying to rebuild himself and effed up. Something interesting. I don't really work on echoes much, but there is, you see how much play is in that piston side to side? He bought an OEM echo cylinder kit, and there's supposed to be 2 washers on either side of your wrist pin, and I cannot believe it, but his top end didn't come with that shit. So we've ordered the parts for that, and we're going to finish rebuilding that for him. This 271, I just don't know what to do with it. I think I'm going to try removing the epoxy transfer covers and try a few different tricks to see a way of putting those back on. Look, you guys, here's my saws for sale. Oh, wait, nope, that's mine. That one I just got in. Don't look! It's embarrassing. Don't tell nobody I got Poulans in my shop. Okay? Don't tell nobody, you guys. Here's my MS-170. That's the last 170 I have for sale. I've sold like 3 in the past 2 weeks. This one is running, but not running right, so we got to do a vacuum pressure test on it. Here's a bunch of shit I got to get listed on eBay. See, you guys, I have thousands of parts that I need to list on eBay, okay? So, this is done. It's blowed up. This one, Greasy Shop Rag taught me how the Echo carburetors have hidden adjustments. I knew they must, and so I have to get that back apart and see if it has a adjustment screws on it at all for Mike. Nathan's 041 is still here because we still need a gas camp. Let's see. He's supposed to pick up his deck. That's Nathan's mower outside. That's still here. Been here for like a year. He's supposed to take his deck in and get new spindles put on it. Can't get a hold of Ace the Arborist, but he wants me to sell his 372. That's all clean, and I've got new seals in it, new bearings. I've just got to put it back together. This is a nightmare. He put a China top end and a China carburetor, and then when it wouldn't run right, he brought it to me and asked me to get it working, but I can't get a hold of him. Let's see. I already did Grady's. That's actually done. We did Grady's. We ported one of his mufflers for him. He's had me do a couple of his mufflers for him. So that's done. Need some spray. Almost done here, neighbors. And we're going to have to go because our battery is dying. Okay, so I might lose you. But I just have something I want to show you guys outside real quick. Let's see. Told you about that. Told you about that. This, we're still just trying to find the right worm gear. Told you about that. Told you about that. Told you about that. Told you about that. Oh, Grady brought in a 180, and it's got a tiny pinhole at the top of the exhaust port. So I'm going to try porting that because I'm going to raise the intake and lower the, or I'm going to raise the exhaust port and lower the intake, hopefully. Anybody got a 391 top handle for sale? This is my ugly 044 that's been sitting forever. I really just got to get into that bin and get that saw put together. The tank has a big old goober of JB Welds to patch a hole, but it holds. It's really good. It holds 50 pounds of freaking pressure, so I'm happy. Told you about that. Told you about that. This is gone. So that's gone. We sold our last 250. See, damn it, Bobby, how important that was to me. That we got to take back to damn it, Bobby, and see if we can figure out the throttle. And got to finish washing my last few 028 parts. Nice, Lannis. How much did you get for it? Okay, shut up, Angel. So outside, I'm going to take one of my, I love these lights because check this out. They're solar, and I can take it right off as a flashlight. Shut up! Okay, Fatty Buntings won't swim in her pool. I don't know why. She likes standing in puddles, but she won't stand in her pool. So, my neighbor next door had a bunch of half-inch plywood. And even though I'll probably only get 2 seasons out of these for half-inch, I finally got some of my beds done. You guys have heard me talk about growing food for a while now. I really like growing my own food. It saves me a lot of money, plus it's way healthier for you. The shit we're getting from the store kills us, gives us cancer, and it makes you feel like you haven't eaten. That's why most of us overeat. 200T, it runs great. Excellent, Chris. I love the 200Ts. So we've got 2 different kinds of beans over there. We've got stringless and pole beans. Over here we've got, damn it, smudgy. I don't know why you're not getting a good view here. I can't get that to fix itself. Let's see here. Well, damn it. Sorry, guys. I don't know why it's blurry. Anyways, it's blurry, but then we've got peas here. I've never grown corn, but I've got some corn here. In this one, we've got some tomatoes growing. Hard to see, but they're there. Okay. I just transplanted these. Then over here, and this is the kind of stuff I want to have videos on, and I haven't done any videos. We've got broccoli, and we've got some lettuce greens. Over here, we've got cucumbers. And what this is this is a pole, you guys. I'm going to show this one for sure, because I did an experiment and grew my damn cucumbers a different way a couple years ago, and it worked really well. So we've got our cucumbers in there, and we're going to take nylon string, and we're going to tie it to the top, and then run it down here. And then basically, as these grow, you know, you'll get your little suckers where they're trying to grow sideways. None of these have any yet. But you basically train it to be only one vine, and it will still produce a lot of fruit. It's a lot easier to maintain. I built this box to drag wood chips around with my lawnmower. It works great. And then we'll take this lattice here, and we'll put it on our pole, our boxes here for see. This is 1/2 inch, and it's already coming apart. But I figure if I get one, oh, you know why? Because we missed our screws on that one. That's why. So we'll screw that. If I get 1 to 2 seasons out of these, it's basically all salvaged lumber. And then I was going to make the entire boxes out of spruce trees, but this lumber was a lot faster and it was free because I couldn't afford to buy my own lumber. So if I get 1 or 2 seasons out of these boxes, I'll be happy. It'll be well worth it. I don't do any chemicals. So we use fish food, is fish fertilizer. All that is the leftover guts from the canneries. More lettuce greens. We've got some Vecino, I don't have a blower. I had one blower left, and it's a nightmare. Okay, I don't have the stuff to build a blower. Lo siento, but I'll look around for one. Damn it, Bobby's got some he might be able to sell me. And then I've got onions here, and that's about it. Oh, and then I've got my cherry peppers here. And then over here, this is the stuff that excites me too, you guys. I get just as excited about growing food as I do chainsaws. Because honestly, if you knew some of the shit they put into food to preserve it and how bad it is for you, you would understand. When I eat this kind of stuff instead of stuff from the store, I feel so much better. My health is so much better. So I got cantaloupes here, and I got a whole bunch of watermelons there. And again, we'll train these to be 1 vine each. And then we're making a wood chip bed here. And this will go way out to down there. Okay, out in the yard. And we'll train our vines. And then what we'll do is we'll take these pellets like this. And these work really well. You can let your watermelons grow on these, okay? And that way they're not on the ground and they don't get a flat spot. And you just turn them every few days and they come out really good. So, yeah, that's exciting to me. And it's hard for me to do that stuff because I always feel like I have to be working in the shop making money. But you get burnt out if you just do nothing but work on chainsaws. Salvaged metal for our pump house here. Okay, we've got to salvage some more, but that is so tall because I didn't want to rip down plywood. So I literally just did an 8x4 building, 4x8, so that I didn't have to cut any plywood. And we have salvaged tin on the roof, but we did, let's see, 16 on center studs, and we did I believe we used 3/4 inch for our walls, plywood. And then Unc and I have got a light in here now. Okay, he insulated it, so we got one little light. That works good. And then we've got our sediment filter here. Okay, so what we do is every couple of days we come out here, open that bitch up, and then like once a week we have to take it out and clean it. So we just shut our water off right here, and we'll twist that off, and we'll clean that little screen filter out. So that works good. And then we've got tape that we put on this. Okay. Well, where is it? Unc has to read it, but we insulate and do heat tape. Hey, Chris Parker, welcome, neighbor. We're about to finish up here, but I was just kind of showing you guys a couple of the things we got going on. A couple of the other projects I do, and this is why I spent a week without doing any footage. And yes, I probably should have made footage of making these boxes for you, but I have to make more, and so I will show you guys how I did it. But part of the reason I didn't do those videos is because you really don't want to use 1/2 inch plywood for a raised garden bed. Where's our little post for our light? I don't see it. There it is. Okay, so you guys, that's pretty much it. Our battery's gonna die. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Whoever's still here, that was here in the beginning. Scott, if you're still here, thank you so much. Your willingness to take time out of your day, your advice on stuff, because I am in no way, shape, or form to admit you're a way better mechanic than I. And your skills are far superior to mine. And so I'm never afraid to ask for help. I'm never afraid to say I don't know how to do something, because everybody either is self-taught, just figures it out by working on stuff on their own, or somebody teaches them. Okay, so nobody is born just knowing how to rebuild a chainsaw. You know, you have to learn. And so I always appreciate when somebody, especially Scott, works full-time, has a family, I believe, and does a YouTube channel, and for him to take the time out of his day to email me when I ask for help. He responds. I think he responds to all his comments, and he gets way more comments than I do. And I think he tries to reply to most, if not all, of his comments on his channel as well. And so thank you for that. And Ted and the other folks here, Blanche has done some financial donations. Ted has done some parts donations. But Ted, if he likes a YouTuber, man, he promotes them anywhere he goes. He comments on every single video, likes every video. He shares videos. He comments about the people if they post anything on Facebook. You know, and that's huge. That's advertising. Word of mouth is the best advertising you can get. So thank you, Ted, for that. Creyas, you're very active on the channel. Linus, I've seen you become very active on the channel since you came along. So thank you for all your commenting and joining live events and everything else. You guys, thank you. You know, I should be doing better on having motivation to edit all the footage I have for you guys, but sometimes it's hard, especially when my temper comes out in a video. I don't like deleting that stuff. But at the same time, it's sometimes it's hard. What kind of chainsaw was the black one that was hanging? That's actually forest green, Vecino, and that is my personal MS-192T that I dyed. Okay, you can dye plastic with RIT dye. Show you here. So you get you a hot plate or a single burner, and you mix one or two of these in a big pot with a lid, and then you boil your water, and you can put your plastics in there. Now a lot of guys like John's Custom Saws, he'll tell you you need like 10 different ingredients. I find I can literally use just this. It works just as good. Okay, so I don't do all the other stuff, the sulfur or whatever. So that's dyed, and I plan on powder coating in the future, hopefully. I keep saying I'm moving away from the chainsaws, but every time I have an okay day where I can push through my pain and work, I like doing this shit, especially when I have a support like you guys. So I'm sorry I'm not motivated to edit footage here lately, but that's why I'm doing this live event for you guys. It might be easier to just start going live more frequently, you know, when I'm working. But like I said, when my temper comes out at the bench, you guys, I get pissed, and I bitch and piss and moan and complain, because all day long it actually went fairly smooth on these two saws. I'm shocked. All day long I drop shit, bolts break, things won't come apart, things won't go back together right, just all kinds of stuff goes wrong. I learned auto mechanic from Shade Tree Mechanics and small engine stuff from you and a couple others with self-taught. Yeah, that's it, man. You know, if you're willing to learn, that's the beautiful thing about YouTube. You can learn how to do almost anything on YouTube. You just have to be careful and do your research, because a lot of guys will literally see a video, like for example, hanging vinyl gutters. 75% of the people hanging vinyl gutters on YouTube have a video they modeled after a guy that was the first one to do it, and they're teaching you the wrong shit. They're telling you to glue joints together that are supposed to be expandable by like 1.5 inches, and you're not supposed to do that. They're telling you to silicone the corners together on these vinyl gutters. You don't do that. They are meant to expand and contrast within the joints. Okay, they have foam strips that go together with it, and when you silicone them with just regular silicone, they're not even using the stuff that's meant to expand. They're teaching you wrong, because they saw one guy do it and then they copied their videos. So just do your research. You know, when you see me do shit, just know I might not be doing it right, and there might be another guy that can teach you the right way. Just do your research. That's it. You know. So all that being said, I really appreciate all you guys being here tonight. That's fucking awesome. I didn't know that there would be this many people in here tonight on a holiday. So cool. I guess I'm not the only one not doing shit on Memorial Night. I'm just watching YouTube. So that's gonna be it, neighbors. What the fuck do we say at the end of our videos? We say, be kind to one another. Everyone is facing a battle. Remember, you might have a bad day and go to the grocery store and mouth off to your clerk because they don't do something right. And that person could be struggling mentally inside their head, especially if they're a man, because men don't usually call on somebody when they're feeling at their lowest mentally, because they're a man. Nobody cares, right? And that person might struggle with suicidal ideation or something, okay? And you might be the person that is a dick to them for the last time of their life. Somebody treats them like shit because they might go take their own life. So, life is hard for all of us, even rich people. Most of them aren't truly happy. So that's why we have to be kind to one another. Help each other carry our burdens in life. And everybody know that I'm here for you. We got a neighbor right now that's usually very active on the channel, and he's clearly going through some shit. And he won't answer his phone, won't respond to my texts hardly ever right now. And he's trying to carry his burdens alone. But you know, just sending him a text, letting him know, hey neighbor, I'm still here. I know you're not ready to talk right now, but I'm here. Just that can be what keeps somebody's head above water in the shit soup of life made from poop that comes out our buttholes. So don't be one that shits in the shit soup of life. Lend your floaties out to somebody. Let somebody stand on your shoulders, and you be submerged in the shit once in a while to make their life easier. Okay? That's it, neighbors. We're just trying to spread kindness, spread love, learn how to bring honesty and trust back between human beings. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I want to fucking do. Honestly. That's what I care about. I care about us growing as human beings because we've really turned to shit. Selfish, immoral, dirty, filthy, vile, disgusting, wretched people. This channel, everybody that's here, let's be the change, goddammit. Let's change this world for better. Let's not keep an attitude like we can't change it. If enough of us have an attitude that believe we can, well, if each of us is in our own little pocket of the world, we can start changing around us, okay, and grow kindness around us, and then eventually it will spread like a virus, okay? So, I love all you neighbors, even though I really fucking suck at it. I'm gonna keep trying to get better at it. Until next time, hashtag persevere, right? I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I hope you had a good holiday. At least this holiday represents something positive, unlike fucking Christmas and Easter. Fucking Christians doing Easter bunny on Easter when it's supposed to be about the resurrection of Christ. What's the matter with you guys? And if you're one of them, because I know one or two of you right here might do Easter, I'm sorry, but it is fucking wrong. Neighbors, don't teach your kids Easter bunny, and don't lie to your kids and tell them Santa Claus is real and Santa Claus brings them presents. That's lying. That's a sin. Tell the truth, goddammit. I love you, neighbors, okay? Everybody have a good night. If we can. Good night, neighbors. Can't figure out how to stop the stream. Chet. Close. Nope. Not working, guys. There's no X. There's normally an X. Well, Chet, neighbors. I got no X. Oh, there it is. Okay.